So if it went without saying, we're making the shifter shorter. Get us pretty dang short, and this is all gonna get really freaking hot. I'm going to get some paper towel and shove it down in there and basically fill that whole thing with water, because we don't want to ruin this. Otherwise I will have to buy something that's nice, and we don't want to do that. Whoa! So before it was literally up here. Oh man, done. Next, what's next? I've been using Gordo with PFI. I've been using his lines to a Gatorade bottle as a catch can setup. I have a oil drain kit with some fittings that happen to fit on my bungs. And then I've got this big fat fuel line for the Jeep, and I've already robbed a ton of the fuel line for the Bug from the Jeep. I already have to buy more. So I think I'm just gonna rob this because this is priority right now and I don't have many other options. I made a box. Okay, don't be fooled. If you know me, I don't get stuff to look this pretty. So I left the back nice and ugly for y'all. So this is what it actually looks like on the other side, but I made a cover for it. This metal's pretty thin, and I did not take my time, and so it got all warpy and nasty. This allows you to see the baffles, which I'm kind of proud of. So the tubes are gonna come in right here. So the air has to go all the way down, all the way over,
up, all the way over, up, all the way over, up, and then over.
And then out through that filter, which is Scotch-Brite. Boom. We're gonna mount it on those two tabs right there that used to be for a harness. And then we learned you can just wrap them around. So we're gonna utilize those. Took this off and I let that spring uncoil one time. I put it on and started the car. When I gave it gas, it did not shut. But I think I had that little arm there. I had that in a different spot, and I think that may have been part of it. Arguably one of the stupidest things I've ever done, but now we have an access panel for the fuel pump instead of having to drop the entire fuel tank. Now, regarding fuel, I'm pretty sketched out by what I did, and so we're going to change that. But for the right now, I basically am going to weld something onto this, a handle, so that I can reach it easier and use this as a staging brake. Plus or minus, give or take, I think that's the angle I want, because when you pull it back, it is straight up and down. The release mechanism is completely out, so when I let go of it, it'll just snap down. I think we're gonna roll with that. And then I don't really trust the amount of torque I'm gonna be putting on this, so I'm gonna cut another piece of this off and do a support probably from about here to there. And that'll keep that all nice and triangulated. They're gonna notch this down a little bit so it sits on there, but that's our angle, so let's take it all out and friggin' weld it. My latest masterpiece. It's crazy the amount of torque you get, because like here, this is like the comfortable, like all your might. Then from up here, you can bring it all the way the frick back. It's science. Works. So now we got this thing. We have an e-brake to go with it. Okay, there's more. On to the next. Okay, so just grabbed these from Jamie. They have been sitting for a minute, as you can see by the cobwebs, but they are brand new. I also got a surprise pet. Where did you go? He peed on me 6 times when I was trying to catch him. Kind of looks like a Rodrigo. Quite a box for this little tiny thing, but whatever. So what this does is converts my hard fuel line on the Bug to an AN fitting. So after we put this on, we'll have everything we need. So I went over to Cap Performance. It's a place down the street. Been friends with the guys there for basically as long as I've been hydro dipping. And they had this dash 8 to dash 6 fitting right here, which is what I needed for that. And now that we have this, we have literally everything we need to put all of this together. Animir wanted me to put a scatter shield between the transmission because the flywheel and clutch were in line with the fuel line. So I just realized, like, hey, why don't we just move the fuel lines and then we don't have to do that. So since we are doing all of this, I think I'm gonna mount the fuel regulator on the catch can. All right, leak test. Oh, I didn't even tighten that one. The AN adapter to the hardline is bone dry. Dry, 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 now dry. Filter is dry. Fuel pump relay wired up. We just have to connect the wires to the fuel pump wires there. Plan on racing in 2 days. Skinnies are supposed to be here. I already have the tires for it, as you saw. Oh, the way the MR2 was built, the front hubs stick out. I think it's an inch or 2 inches more than the rear hubs so that you can fit a bigger tire on it. Well, because of what I have done, that engineering design does not flow with a bug body on it, and I'm about to show you in a minute. I'm pretty bummed out about this. You see how absurd that looks? Like you could, like it's just so open. I hate that. It literally looks like a clown car. From the side, it looks all right. The reason why we're doing skinnies is several people have warned me about the rear engine and rear wheel drive configuration with slicks and not having bias plies on the front. So having something like this, basically the rear is so soft, it's gonna kind of move like this, right? With these not being soft at all, it's not gonna move. So the rear is gonna try and do this. So what happens is you try to kind of correct it in the steering and you end up going all over the place. And so I was told, don't even risk it, put these on, thank me later kind of thing. So Dennis is here, he got the fuel pump done. We're gonna go drive it.
Try 18.
It's awfully low, don't you think, for trying not to break stuff?
20. Well, better break yours than the track, right?
Rather not break at all.
At least 20.
That's 30 still. Okay, so that's like 23-ish. Still spinning.
Still spinning?
Yeah.
Bad? It feels like it's like...
That was a lot.
But the track's probably like 10 times stickier than this.
Yeah.
It's a... Actually, it hits a brick wall. So it feels like it blew like a nuclear pipe. That one hooked, but he hit that stupid limiter I was talking about.
That one was good.
Yeah. But now he knows what I was talking about. That first gear limiter just cuts out. But that last one was good right there. I feel like he did a lot.
That one spun.
It spun for a second.
So I'm trying to slip it more than just preloading, because in that way it'll like come out instead of just spin. Did you know, Cody?
I asked Dennis if he was trying to slip the clutch or what were you doing?
Yeah, well it's hard because the clutch is like, you got this much room.
On the top? Or are you all the way on the bottom?
No, it's in the middle. These are way stickier.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It
only, even while you're spinning, you're still
hooking.
Shooting.
Yeah, it's pulling good.
Yeah.
Like the first thing you did, you didn't really like launch it good, but you were pulling really heavy like for the gears. Yeah.
I want to find that point.
Sucks though, because once you get the track, it's totally different. You gotta dial it into the track.
Yeah, but if I can figure out my feet.
Yeah. I wish the testing was before the Sunday event. That way.
That one, I felt it.
Yeah, I did the little squirmy squirm.
So that's not.
That's part of the diff.
That's
being open.
Maybe, or it's what everyone was warning about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll play with it.
Snap over steer, bro.
Well, everyone was warning me about getting slicks and running street tires. because they move differently, so you get a lot of that.
Yeah, since the front can't, it's too stiff, it just keeps swinging in the back.
I think it was the second pass. It felt kind of back and forth-ish. And it wasn't really spinning when I felt it, so that still kind of concerns me. I don't know what to tell you. We did a lot in this video. I'm going to wrap it up here, and the next time you see me, you'll know either if I get radials for tomorrow or if I just go try it. But this dude that's telling me all this has an 8-second Lotus Elise, so a very similar rear engine, rear wheel drive platform, and he is warning me not to do it. And I've had a couple others. I read on a ton of MR2 forums, everyone's saying don't do slicks and street tires. It's just, that stuff gets in my head. I'm already nervous about driving. I don't need to think that the car is not going to go straight. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd love to get radials and just play it safe. But so my old tablet, which was my dash, won't turn on. I've charged it for 3 days now. And so I had to buy this Windows, what was it called? What are you called? Surface Go 3, not a Surface Pro, a Surface Go. So that was way too much money, but we could literally tune from that, whereas the other one was so slow and crappy. Ain't no way. So we got a tablet. We'll have a nice dash that we can tune from. Next video, I'm going to be at the track. It's an all bug event, so it should be pretty freaking weird. I'm going to be in the water-cooled class, and I have no idea what else is going to be in that. So stay tuned. Should be a good time. I'm going to learn how to drive this thing.